Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jay, and today's video is the reading of Our Daily Bread on today's date, which is July 2nd, 2019. The time has flown by. It's been a very slow day today, for the reason I'm under the weather. And Bernard is really showing his appearance today. He is, yeah, so hopefully that's not a distraction. I probably shouldn't have brought to your attention, but it's there. This is not fake news. This is really happening. Just joking. Should I leave that in there? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in there. Okay. How to Find Peace is the title of today's reading. What do you think about peace? My friend asked as we ate lunch together. Peace, I said, puzzled. I'm not sure. Why do you ask? He answered, well, as you jiggle your foot during the church service, I wonder if you're irritated about something. Have you considered the peace God gives to those who love Him? That day, some years ago, I was a bit hurt by my friend's question, but it started me on my journey. I began exploring the Bible to see how God's people embrace this gift as well-being of peace, even in the midst of hardship. As I read Paul's letter to the Colossians, I chewed over Apostle command to let peace of Christ rule in their hearts. Colossians 3, chapter 15. Paul was writing to the church that he would never visited but had heard about from his friend Hephaeus. He was concerned that they encountered false teachings. They were losing peace in Christ, but instead of admonishing them, Paul encouraged them to trust Jesus, who would give them assurance and hope. We all will encounter times when we choose to embrace or refuse the rule of Christ's peace in our hearts. As we turn to Him, asking Jesus to dwell in us, He will gently release us from anxiety and cares that weighs us down. As we seek His peace, we trust that He will meet us with His love. What situation or relationship weighed on your mind and heart? How can you ask Jesus to bring you His peace? What situation or relationship weighs on your heart and mind that I don't have peace with? What you get here is real. Meaning, I would never ever make up something or want to have you have lenses on with covers. Not to have peace about a situation is going to bring you doubt and frustration and guilt, and there's going to be certain actions that you do. It's just why. A lot of it is out of fear. Fear of not knowing the income of the situation or the acceptance of the situation. You could get an answer either way. I was invited to a dinner just 7 months ago. And the individual who had invited me to their home, and I'm going to be very, very sincere, has the biggest heart, that would do anything for anybody and nothing to be asked in return. And I knew this of her and her family. They're very giving, no matter what. I was there by myself, and she had other individuals, friends, there also for the dinner. I had overheard a conversation that hurt me, and that frustrated me. I'm gonna be real. And I had, more or less, what I did is I stopped speaking to her. And the reasoning is that I felt at the time, why did they not speak up for me? Or of the situation, why did they not shut it down? Maybe because they didn't realize it was being heard. I did not want to cause drama. So what I did is I had finished the evening, and I gave the woman who is the one that invited me a hug, and I was very appreciative, more than you ever know. I was very, very appreciative, but I wasn't going to bring it to her attention of what I had heard, for the fact it is a holiday, and it was not the time and place to do it. But I felt at the time I was frustrated and hurt, and that individual was her friend, and she knew her longer than she knew me. So I removed myself from the friendship. She had messaged me about a month later and asked for me another dinner to come, and I had gracefully said no. And she had asked, did she do anything to upset me or something happened? And I had lied. I said, no, everything's okay. And left it as that. And never responded. And she never responded. So I wasn't being honest with her. I wasn't at peace at it. Just recently, this past week, even all the videos I've been doing on our Daily Bread is to forgive and forgive yourself. And, you know, how am I preaching this when I'm not even doing the situation that's happening in my life? Say what I do, but don't do it. Do what I say, but, you know, that kind of situation. And what I did was, I did an old-fashioned thing. I wrote a letter to her. And I asked for forgiveness. And I explained what I had felt and why I reacted the way I reacted. And it wasn't on her, but I wasn't being a true friend to her. And I mailed it. It went through the postal service, so it'll be delivered to her. I probably could have hand delivered it, but I wanted to take the steps to know. It took a lot. It took a lot, but I'm at peace. And I didn't say in the letter what I heard or anything, because I don't want her to have any guilt. This isn't about her. The situation was not about her. The situation was how I felt, how I handled it, and not really realizing what that person, what they're saying, what journey they're on in their life, and why would she say the things she said, and who am I to judge? So today I'm at peace. I maybe will never ever hear from her again, but I know what I did, and I explained myself, not pointing fingers, accepting blame, and I pray for her. Believe me, she's a good woman. She has a heart of gold. She cares deeply. And she was allowed me to have peace. And what I mean by that is I had her on friends on social media, and we started, this is way before I even mailed the letter. It was about 3 weeks prior to liking each other's quotes or food, because she's a great cook, great baker, just wonderful. And she was accepting it, and it brought peace to me. So I guess I'm covering two situations in this. Is knowing it's the relationship that was on my mind that I didn't have peace with. And I am not going to give you lines of baloney how I'm far from being superficial, or I'm being sincere. I am being real. And I pray you're being real to yourself. We as individuals, when we fear or we don't want to accept fault, can be very wicked. And I never ever wanted her to feel me being wicked to her. I pray. How can you ask Jesus to bring you his peace? I really did a lot of praying on that situation. And it came down to it where, I believe it or not, I have all of my birthdays of all my friends and family, cards already been, I have, and stamped. This is an example, so you know I'm not lying. Here's the month of August. And I have October and November and December. And the reasoning behind that is not knowing what's going to be happening, and my memory's not the best. I wanted to be prepared. But when I was about to mail the July envelopes for the birthdays, something was tagging at me. You need to send one to someone very dear. Very dear. That's not done wrong to you. It wasn't her actions, but you had removed yourself from a friendship because you thought you didn't want to cause drama. But what I should have done is sucked it up and did it on another day and just stated this is what had happened. But I ran because I was scared, because I didn't know how the reaction was being. And so what was playing through me was anxiety, it was negativity, I was fearful, and I should never have been fearful. I wasn't at peace. So me asking Jesus to what should I do? What do I need to do? Sort of, you can honestly say, well, you hid behind that card because you mailed it. The way I wanted to handle it is I'm not hiding behind the card. I'm giving her time to absorb it. So the person has time to reflect. And I respect that, if that makes sense. Someone had said to me, so the ball is in your court. The ball was in my court for the longest time, and I just volleyed. Tennis, I think, yeah. So it would bring peace for both of us. to be honest. So in today's reading, I hope you can face one of your situations in your life, face somebody in a non-judgmental way, and trying to request their forgiveness or request peace between the two of you. In today's reading is going to be Colossians 3, version 12-17. It states, let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as a member of all body we are called to peace. And that was Colossians 3:15 out of that. And for today's prayer, it's read, Jesus, you've given me peace that passes all understanding. Help me embrace your peace in every area of my life. Ask for peace. He will. He'll communicate with you. Might not be on your time. He'll communicate with you. I didn't share this with you, and it was very, very special. But in our church, we had 7 young adults who had just been confirmed. And it was really, really beautiful, the way how the church had handled the service. It was gorgeous. And each one of them received an award, and they had a verse passed down to them, meaning one to live by. And I've never seen that done before, and I thought it was breathtaking. And each one of them had a different verse. And in the palms of your Bible, if I can find it, I really had a hard time, but it's always been there. I have taken a photo. There's a photo or a wall down in El Paso, Texas, on a brick wall, and that's not on it. Don't mind but this is what I took the photo of. And at the time, I really didn't know what it was, what that meaning was, Hebrews 13:2. So, as anyone has heard my other videos or been around me at any time, short time, I will eventually call them angel. It's just something I took on from my father, who used to call everybody Angel. I'm not able to carry his last name, so I wanted to make sure that I carried on calling on the word angel. So me hearing these young adults receiving their certificates, they had the quote, and I was thinking, and I did this before even going to church Sunday. I think that can be proven because that was up before Sunday. And it was just very, so the verse that I rule by, if that sounds right, is going to be through Hebrews 13:2. And I don't know why I'm always drawn to that one. I really never knew what that was representing. I'll get to the point. Let me just read to you what it says. Do not forget to show your hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some people have shown hospitality to angels without even knowing it. These 7 young adults who just accept Christ in their life, being confirmed, have received a verse for them to live by, if they're going through a hard time, they can go back and read situation. I've always called everyone angel, and this is what I have up here, and just how unique how he works through you. We're on the same wavelength. So which one? Think about it. Grab your Holy Bible, grab your, I call it the playbook, and see which one is relatable to you, that for the journey that you're on now. Oops, so sorry, babies. So I just wanted, this gives me peace. And the reason why is, oh, hello, Sir Charles. Yes, Charles, you have to keep peace on. You see the fear in my eyes because I have stuff I've been cleaning and organizing, and he doesn't know it, and he thinks, yeah. But anyway, what I'm trying to say while I'm wrapping up this video, because we're about 21 minutes, is that, Charles, I'm right here, babies. I'm right here, honey. Yes, I'm right here. You can come up. It's to feel comfortable enough to read passages. I am so grateful for the people in my life. So grateful. And that is family and friends and people that I just interact with, acquaintances. I am so blessed. Oh, hello, how are you? So, is it time to wrap it? I think it's time to wrap it. Come here, my baby. There you go. There you go. As I always end my videos, or try to at least, is, oh, Charles, I love you. I love you. You know I do. Be good to yourself. Be good to others, for we just don't know what part of their journey they're on. And I'm serious. With the heat the way it is the next few days across the United States and even overseas, they've seen numbers. Please push the fluids. Drink. Charles, come here, honey. Come on. You don't have to be scared. Come on. Drink plenty of fluids. They don't see the face. They just see the body. Drink fluids and wear the sunscreen if you're able to. Be good to your neighbor. Go to your little area we call the war room, to a space where you're comfortable, that you're able to sit and just be one with them. And ask what he can do to bring peace to your life. So, you gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? He's flipping his tail, he's mad at me. Okay, I'm gonna let you down. I love you guys. And we'll see you in tomorrow's video. I'm drinking my fluids. We'll see you soon.